Stephen Daldry's award-winning movie Billy Elliot and Jeff Melman's iconic series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air both showcase through their use of media the universal theme of human experiences. Through the use of effective storytelling, my texts and films both expose the true nature of shared and individual human experiences, thus allowing us as individuals to learn from other people's experiences. My prescribed unrelated texts, Billy Elliot and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, both showcase many human experiences, but in particular they immerse their viewers into themes of complex emotions and the ways that we express them, and finding self-identity. As both of my texts are family-orientated, we're able to gather a strong understanding of the experiences of the characters and how inconsistencies in human nature prevail the universal themes of complex emotions and finding self-identity. Stephen Daldry's award-winning movie Billy Elliot and Jeff Melman's iconic series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air both showcase the universal human experience of complex emotions. Through the use of effective storytelling, my texts and films both expose the true nature of shared and individual human experiences, thus allowing us as individuals to learn from others' experiences. Melman's series exposes the human experience of complex emotions through this next scene. Will's family is moving to the east and he's staying in Los Angeles. He's feeling confused to the situation as he believes his Uncle Phil doesn't have faith in him. Will claims, "I just don't want you to think I'm that same stupid kid I was when I first moved out here." This scene is filmed in a mid-shot of Uncle Phil and Will talking in the living room, surrounded by packed boxes. The emotion conveyed from Will is seen in this text, especially through the alliteration of "same stupid kid." This scenario shows a paradox between Will and his uncle. Will and his uncle tend to always be neck to neck, but have found a ground of understanding. Will has proposed himself to his uncle in a way that he believes his uncle views him. But in return, his uncle has completely shut down the negative thoughts Will is having towards himself, and reassures him for the future to come. This teaches the viewer that it isn't always as it seems, and change in life causes people to change themselves. In Billy Elliot, the theme of complex emotions was also seen through many of the scripts and scenes. Don't pick on me just because you fucked up your own life. This is the technique of negative emotive language. Billy is seen lashing out his dancing teacher in a full-body shot in the boxing hall change rooms. This is an example of complex emotions, as Billy, only being a child, is feeling pressured from the world to succeed. Before running into the change room, Billy gets frustrated and yells at his teacher before running off. Billy is angered by the pressure he is feeling and doesn't know how to express it, so he resorts to lashing out at his teacher. Through the use of effective storytelling, my texts and films both expose the true nature of shared and individual human experiences, thus allowing us as individuals to learn from these experiences. We have seen and now understand how the theme of complex emotions are portrayed through both Melman's and Daldry's conveying motion pictures. From both of my directors, we're able to identify clear examples of the personal and shared human experience. Not only has the use of universal human shared and individual experience of complex emotions been seen through Billy Elliot and The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but the human experience of finding self-identity has also been largely used across Melman's and Daldry's filming. Ain't like I'm going to be sitting up every night asking Mum, when's Daddy coming home? You know, who needs him? One of the most famous scenes from The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Will's father has for the last time walked out on him. Through this script, the camera is sternly focused on Will and is pacing around the living room. Will is utilising strong rhetorical language as he is asking his uncle when, where and how did I ever need this man in my life. Will is further emphasising his dislike and how fed up he is through his body language. We see him throw himself into his words while pacing around the room. Will has finally found closure from his father. He can now finally say that he does not need his father anymore, and the man his father is something he aspires to not be like. Will has recognised that he's better off without him, and now can move on from his past with an absent father and can learn from his mistakes. In this scene from Billy Elliot, there is no communication between Billy and his father. The scene is based back in the boxing hall the night of Christmas. Billy's father has interrupted Billy and his friend dancing. This is a reoccurring scene from Billy Elliot. Both him and his father are set face to face as Billy is doing the exact opposite of what his father has been telling him to. Once Billy starts to dance again, the background music increases and becomes more prompt to the scene, along with the emotion Billy is conveying through his body movement. The scene is almost like a common battlefield for Billy and his father. Every time they have a conflict, it has either started there or has become a conflicting issue because of the boxing hall. This scene shows how Billy's father is learning to accept his son and is allowing Jackie to identify how he's been a bad parent. This is also a way of Billy growing as a person, as he's decided that he's going to dance even if people don't want to see it. We can clearly see through that both Melman's and Daldry's compelling scripts and scene organisation that the theme of finding the self-identity is more prompt through their media. Through the use of imagery and conversing of their characters, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Billy Elliot are able to immerse their viewers into the universal human experience and learn from others. We have now seen how Momo's iconic series, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Daltrey's compelling film, Billy Elliot, both strongly convey human experiences. Through the use of effective storytelling, my texts and films both expose the true nature of shared and individual human experiences, thus allowing us as individuals to learn from others' experiences. We now have clear examples of how both complex emotions and finding self-identity are shown through my prescribed and chosen texts. Through the use of compelling storytelling and unique film techniques, we're able to use both Melman's and Daltrey's writing to immerse ourselves into a deeper understanding and relate to the characters and the text.